Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Funday. We got a great show. We have Enoch Graham from Let's Get Growing Live, and his channel's called The Urban Gardener. So we're going to start that interview in a couple seconds. Also, check out the video. There's a subscription video for hashtag Secret Santa 23. I expect a Secret Santa. I expect that hashtag last because there hasn't been a Secret Santa this year for any kind of channel. Well, we're going to do it halfway, just like this guy was. He's halfway. So it's going to be hashtag Secret Santa 23. And you're going to have two categories, crochet and crafts. Well, it's one category. And then it's going to be gardening. It's going to be over 20, and it's going to be USA or international. So if you are a gardening channel and you want to get into this, write a comment in a registration video and just write down, I'm going to be gardening USA, and I know you want to be involved. And I'll start grouping people up in the next 2 weeks, and the gifts have to be in by July 1st. So Secret Santa 23. So what I've been doing is I've been starting my seeds. So far, I got 8 trays done. I still got a lot more to go this week. I'm a little behind, but I'm getting there. So I'm planting somewhere around 2,000 hot pepper plants. And I'm still planting the zucchinis and tomatoes. I have lettuce outside. I have peas outside. And I'll show you guys that out probably during the week or next week and see how they're growing. Let's see. Oh, memberships. We have four tiers. You get the Zucchini Club, Jelly Bean Club, Superhero Club, and Joseph's Journey. Anything higher than a Jelly Bean Club, you get more chances on the wheel. So if you're a Jelly Bean member, you get one extra chance. So if you leave a comment in the registration video and you're a Jelly Bean member, you get 2 chances. If you're a Joseph's Journey member, which is the higher tier, you'll get 3 chances on a wheel. If you leave a comment, that's 1. So you get 4 chances on the wheel. So it helps us out and helps you guys out to get more chances to win some great prizes. We are going over 4 channels today. It's Our Treasured Home. Lothalia's Little Hook. I really wanted to pronounce that wrong. Wide Family Farm, and I am Organic Gardening. And well, we're going to go introduce our guests. This is Enoch Graham. He has a show called the Let's Get Growing Live, and his channel's name is The Urban Gardener. And there's Enoch. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Good to see you, Joseph.
Good to see you too. So when did you start getting into gardening?
Well, for me, I've always kind of had a love of plants. My mother grew tons of house plants, similar to as you see in the background here. I got that from her first. I remember when I was younger, just all the different things that she did and taught me a lot about, propagating and doing a lot of things with just indoor house plants. And I took that into my adulthood for many years. It was probably about 12 years ago, though, that I had a friend who gave me a little cucumber start. And he gave it to me because he knew I had all of these plants, and he's like, I think you'll know what to do with this. I don't know where he got it, but he didn't know what to do with it, so he gifted it to me to figure out. And at that point, I was like, I don't know what to do with this either. This is a plant that grows outside. It fruits. I've never done that before. And so, I took the plant and immediately went to YouTube and started looking up, little videos and garden videos on how to take care of this plant. And at the time, actually, I lived in an upstairs apartment. So all I had was a balcony. So I went and got a nice big pot for it and went and got a bag of some garden soil and I potted it up into this pot and just made sure, to keep it watered and all of that through the summertime. And man, that plant took over that whole balcony. This cucumber vined all over the place. And so eventually, it started fruiting and we got all these cucumbers. And it just so happened that cucumbers are probably my daughter's favorite thing when it comes down to it. And so we were harvesting a couple of those up and eating them with one of our dinners one night. And she was just looking at me like, you grew this? She couldn't believe it. We usually go to a store and buy these sort of things, And I was like, "Yeah, I grew this, right, from the plant right out on the balcony," and at that point, it was just boom. I mean, I couldn't, this whole like obsession was born at that point. Was like, I need to grow more things, So from there, we go to tomatoes and peppers, and then I moved from that apartment down here to Southern Oregon where I live, and I got just a little bit more space, not much more space, but man, I take advantage of every inch that I can to grow as many different things as I can over these last a dozen years. It's been just the biggest obsession of mine is growing my own food and small space container gardening.
And you try to grow vertical as much as you can too, because of the space, right?
You've got to. Yeah, that was one of the things, that early on I started figuring out was like, I've got this limited space. I'm growing a lot of these containers, but, if I really want to take advantage of this space, I've got to we got to start putting poles up. We got to start putting trellises up. We got to start, doing all these different things to make sure that, we're taking advantage of that space as well, too, because you want to get as much out of your garden that you possibly can. So it's kind of necessary when you're dealing with small spaces like I have.
That reminds me of growing pole beans. I mean, I
Oh,
remember the first time I went had a couple. Then the next week
mhm.
after, I'm like, oh my god, I need more bags to bring all these
Beans
green
in.
beans in. And I'm like, I
Oh, yeah.
couldn't believe it. And then like, whoa, that was so fast, you know?
Yeah. And the thing about those pole beans though too, that was one of my first kind of run-ins of like, because at first I was, I didn't have like a real structured trellis for them. And what I tried was the Three Sisters method. So I
Mm.
was growing squash and corn, and then I was allowing these pole beans to grow up the corn stalks. But man, you get a couple of bean plants and they'll just take over that stuff. You got to make sure you're getting those beans started a little bit later than what I originally did,
Mm.
because they'll take over and they'll pull all those plants down and they just become this big, huge bean bush versus any of the corn and all of that too. So, but yeah, you get just a couple of plants and you'll have more beans than you know what to do with.
Yeah, it's amazing. People in the chat, I'm gonna at the end, just wait to the end for questions. Any kind of questions, we'll just answer a little later. It just makes things so much easier. So
Yeah.
just makes stuff so much easier. Yeah, just like I that was my favorite thing to grow was always beans. I love string beans, but I could
Yeah.
never figure it out. Like, how could I make it like the can?
Oh,
You
right.
know
Yeah.
how nice and easy it is to eat the string beans.
Yep.
And so growing up, I'm like, oh, what? How do I make it so much softer? And
Yeah, they're a bit different when you're getting them fresh, that's for sure. But,
yeah,
yeah, another one of my favorites, though. I love beans, I love the peas early on, like, right now, peas are popping up everywhere, and those are just really great, especially in my area, we grow a lot of those sugar snap peas, and
oh yes,
one of my favorite things to just go out into the garden and pluck them up and eat them right there out of the garden.
and there's such a difference taste to it, right? It's like
Yeah,
it's
y
amazing what the taste of just eating right off the vine. Just
yep. That is one of those great things about growing your own food and growing different vegetables and things in a garden is that ability. You go into a store and you've got just a small selection of the different types of varieties of things that you can get.
mhm.
And when you grow your own food in your own garden, whether it's a small space garden or you've got a nice big backyard garden or, even a small type farm or whatever, when you can grow the amount of variety that you can grow in a garden that way, it's just amazing. The flavors and the tastes and things that you can get right out of the garden, too. A lot of things don't even get a chance to make it into the house.
Now, what kind of tomato varieties do you grow?
I try to grow different varieties each year. I have a couple of mainstays that I grow. I grow this one called Prax cherry tomato.
Mhm.
Was developed by another YouTuber who's since retired. His name was Ray Browning, and he had a channel called Praxis 55712, and he did some really cool videos. And he was one of those first people, like when I said 12 years ago, I had to go on YouTube to start finding some instructions on how to grow these different plants that I was wanting to grow. And so he was one of those first people I found. And a couple of years later, after following his channel for a while, he had a seed giveaway for this Prax cherry tomatoes. And I remember, getting on there, and he had it all set up. He's like, I'm going to give them away. I only have so many to the first 150 people
Mhm.
that leave a comment on this post that he had on Facebook. And so I remember I got there on time and everything. And as soon as he posted that post, I remember I got on there, and all you had to do was type the word cherry. All I had
Mhm.
to do was type the word cherry, and I typed the word cherry in, as literally these comments were just going boom, 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 boom. And I got in under two. I was 148 out of the 150. And I just, but to me, it was like winning the biggest prize there ever was. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It was just getting these cherry tomato seeds from this YouTuber that I followed and really, really enjoyed all of his content and everything. And so, yeah, he sent me out the seeds, and I started growing those. And after the first couple of seasons of growing them, where I grow them in the part of my garden, I now just kind of let a lot of the really ripe ones just drop and fall. And in the next year, they pop up and grow. And so I basically get them as volunteers every year and have those as one of my big mainstays in the garden. So I love that Prax cherry tomato. It's one of my favorites. Um, uh, Again, I try to grow a lot of different varieties, and I try to actually over the last few years create sort of a theme. So this last year we did dark tomatoes. So I
Mhm.
was growing, like true black brandy wine, this really nice dark black cherry tomato. I had this one called Black from Tula, which was
Mhm.
really awesome. It was actually a Ukrainian variety of tomato, and there
Did
were a
you
few
find that
others.
skin rough? Did you find the skin rough on that a little bit?
They were pretty tough. Yeah, I
Yeah.
found them being a little bit tougher for sure.
Mhm.
Um, I'm trying to think of what the other variety was. But one of my issues I've actually had too. So we did the dark tomatoes last year. I did kind of more of cherry tomatoes the year before, with just a couple of other more full size tomatoes. But this year, the theme is because of the last couple of seasons here in Southern Oregon, our weather has just gone really extremely hot. We've been having some of the hottest summers that we've had on record around here. And when it comes to tomato production, they're a warm weather crop. They like a nice warm weather, but once you're getting up above mid 90s, they stop their production altogether. Their flowers and so just
It's
start
just
drop. They just start dropping, and that was the big problem I had last year. There were only a couple of varieties that I had that actually produced much of anything. And then you
mm,
got to wait for the cooler end of the season, and then you're only getting so much out of your tomatoes at that point. So this year's theme are all going to be heat tolerant tomatoes. So we're going to try to grow the more heat tolerant ones. And I grew one last year, which is going to come back again this year, called Big Red Chief. And
okay.
if you haven't find that one, that's an extremely good heat tolerant variety. And not only that, it grows well in containers. That's another
Mm,
thing about growing a full size tomato in containers, is that you got to have, either a really big grow bag or something for them to get nice full size. But I think my container was probably only about 7 gallons or so. And it produced really nice sized tomatoes out of that container. So it was a winner on all aspects. So that's my new favorite right now, which will probably become a mainstay for us as well.
Now with the black tomatoes, did you find with all the rain you had too that they split? Because didn't you have like a really dry period and then a rainy period?
Well,
Did you
there was not too much rain. Yeah, our rain actually over the last couple of years has, like early May, we'll get a good rain, and then after that, I don't see rain until late September.
Oh,
So there
okay.
wasn't much of that, but
Mhm.
so yeah, I don't get much when it comes to splitting when it comes to that.
So it had to be. I'm surprised you only had so many few tomatoes last year then with the blacks, because then you're not getting disease and splash from the rain, you
Yeah.
know. So you're just
Yeah.
spraying on the bottom. So I'm
Yeah, it's
surprised that.
just that heat, man. That heat just really just set them back, quite a bit. So And it was really unfortunate. I was really looking forward to a few of the different varieties, which didn't really produce well. I mean, I ended up getting some on the colder end of the season, but
Hmm.
they don't get a chance to grow very full size or to their full potential, basically. So you know,
Have you grown Paul Robeson?
I haven't tried that one. No,
And a
yeah,
carbon's another good one too.
I did grow carbon my first couple of seasons. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my tomatoes.
That carbon was probably one of those first darker tomatoes that I grew, so
Mhm.
yeah.
my my mom, when I was little, she goes, I always love pizza, absolutely love pizza.
Oh,
She
yeah.
goes, well, you should make a pizza sandwich. I go, well, what's a pizza sandwich? So it was just toast, tomato, maybe a little cheese, put it together and make it, a pizza sandwich.
Right.
And so I got hooked on that when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, awesome.
And so I always loved tomatoes because to me, it considered was pizza.
Yeah.
This is a pizza. I just made a pizza.
Easy to do, right?
Yeah, so easy. You know,
Absolutely.
that's what kids are missing today is they grow up with tomatoes from, the store. There's not many
Yeah.
farmers markets out there anymore. You have to go
Mhm.
drive it far away. So nobody's getting a real taste of a tomato. So it's like our
Yeah.
job to get kids out there to,
Mm.
to expand everything, the gardening from home, gardening
Yeah.
containers. And that's what I appreciate when you have your show.
Yeah.
Like you had, I forgot his name, but
Little Nathan?
yeah, Nathan. Nathan was great.
Oh, man, I'm telling you what, and again, too, that's one of the things, just like you're talking about, though, is that the idea of, teaching young kids growing and gardening is such an important thing, and I've learned that more in these years that I've been gardening, and so it's been one of my big kind of missions in a sense is to make sure that if I'm out there showing people about gardening or inspiring anybody to garden, I want people to understand that, get your kids out there, get them growing, get them, show them how gardening works. And I'm telling you, I heard from, I believe his name is Ron Finley. I watched him do a TED talk several years ago. And one of the things he mentioned is if you teach kids to grow a tomato, they will eat a tomato. And I was one of those kids growing up. I mean, I vegetables, I scoot that right off of my plate. That's the one thing that was left over after dinner. I just stayed away from vegetables. And I know it was really initially because, they're strange, they're different. The taste profiles of vegetables to kids is a little different. But you get kids out into the garden to grow those vegetables, that'll be the first thing they eat on the plate is those vegetables, and that's important to be teaching kids. And again, like you mentioned, we had Nathan from Growing with Nathan on YouTube, and his father's doing just an amazing job with this kid and encouraging his fascination with growing and science and all of that to the point where, I mean, this kid's just out there just enjoying, and you can just see it in the videos when you watch him putting together these videos with his dad. It's just, you can see this growth and this, just real fascination with gardening and all of that. And it's so cool to see in kids.
I love seeing like there's several people in this chat that have kids. Jujubi 2407 is chat. She shows
Yeah.
me pictures what they do in her little garden. They have a little space, and she's
Yeah.
fascinated with gardening. And it's like, oh, it's great. And then
Yeah.
you have like the ultimate gardener. He's the next MI gardener if he does things right. The
Yeah.
kid's
Yeah.
what 12 years old, 13, I forgot, 14,
Well, I
but
think he's 15 or 16, and
15
I'll
now.
just tell you, he will be on our show, I think, coming up here um, this next week, I think.
Oh, there you go. I mean, the
Yep.
kid's a mastermind. He just
Yep.
if he just has to if he puts things right and sets the right goals, he's going to
Yep.
be a big name. Uh,
Yeah.
we have Bunky from the Vineyard Chicks. I don't know if they're here right now. You got to see this girl garden. She's 9 years old, something like that.
Awesome.
You should check her channel out. It's the Vineyard Chicks. It's three girls, and
Okay.
they'll blow your mind away. Have you ever heard of them before?
No, I don't think I have. I'm definitely
Oh,
gonna have to write that one down or get you to send me a link for that, and we can check them out.
you're gonna love Bunky. Bunky
Yeah.
is just she's so awesome. You're gonna definitely
Yeah.
love her.
Maybe
Um,
we'll end up having them on our show. Again, that's one of the things I love to highlight are, kids and those who are, just gaining this knowledge in the garden. It's really, again, I just think it's really important, to be doing that and teaching kids.
and it's our future. It is our
It's the
future. Believe it or
future.
not, it is our future.
It's
Like when
that's
M.I.
right.
Gardner case started coming on, there was
Hmm.
nothing on YouTube like him.
Yeah.
Um, and when he started, I was always gardening great. Then I moved,
Hmm.
got married,
Yep.
and I didn't garden for several years, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I got really, I'm like, I'm overweight now, but I was bloated. Oh my God. And then I kept on listening during work because at work I could listen and work at the same time. I put like gardening stuff on. Then I listened to Luke and the intro. The
Yeah.
intro just blew me away because it felt like a home feeling. If
Yeah.
it was something I really needed in my life, and it got
Yeah.
me growing again. And I was talking to Luke for a long time now. Luke's a great guy. Um, yeah.
Yeah, Luke, he's again one of those really early on when I first started gardening and I went on to YouTube to, find gardening channels and that Luke was one of those first ones that I found. And really early on in his YouTube career, and it's really been awesome to kind of watch his development from being this teenager with a gardening passion to
Mm.
developing that into a really good business. This guy really took it to another level when it came down to it. The Mi Gardner Seed Company and what he's doing today is just really awesome to see that you can take a passion for gardening and really turn it into something, really inspiring coming right from a young kid.
It was amazing. I love,
Yep.
and it was always about family. I love things
Hmm.
about family. It's
Yes.
one thing that's missing in today's society. There's nothing about family. And so
Yeah.
when you see a channel that has maybe what you want or maybe somebody else wants, it's to me, it's awesome. Oh, and by the way, Praxis is still selling some seeds. So
Yeah.
if you guys check out, I forgot his Praxis, I forgot his
He's pretty
show.
much I think he's actually liquidating this year because he will be
Mm,
retiring the seed company. It's called the Little Shop of
that's
Seeds.
it. Yeah.
Yep. So if you look up Little Shop of Seeds, you'll be able to find Ray's remaining seed variety is left, and go snag those up and get some of those from him for sure.
And they're 75 cents.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
you get a lot of seeds for 75 cents.
Yeah, he developed a really good concept with the whole idea. He bought bulk amounts of seeds, as any other business can, but he didn't go into making the fancy packaging and all the growing instructions and all that sort of stuff. You get just basically a nice little clear plastic bag stuffed full of seeds.
There
Exactly.
you go.
Stuff full of seeds, 3 4 times of what you would get in a normal seed packet. And because of not taking on those level of expenses in the idea, he was able to offer them for really inexpensive. So yeah, I really encourage people to go and buy him out. Make sure he retires just right.
He
It's a
definitely
real bummer
deserves.
to see that he's actually retiring and not gonna be around, whether it's a seed shop or especially his videos. He was just one of those guys that I really enjoyed every week when his new upload would come on and everything, and just to get to hang out with him. And he would do this really kind of cool Q&A towards his last couple of years, each week, and it was just kind of a fun little videos to watch. And so it's really kind of a bummer that he's not going to be doing it anymore, but he's going to get to live the retirement life, and he's got to do what he's enjoyed. So in the long run, it's still just a really big inspiration. He was the inspiration for everything I started doing on YouTube as well. In
Oh.
fact, he was the one who kind of gave me some of my first pointers. I would send him a couple of my first videos I was making to have him review and check it out and like tell me, what do you think of this? What do you think of that?
That's awesome.
So yeah.
What I found out, because I always emailed all the people on YouTube too, because it was so accessible. Just go
Hmm.
about page, there you go, get an email, and the
Yeah,
everybody responds. It was like
it
then you
is.
start getting your connections, right?
That's
Um,
right.
Now, what kind of peppers are you growing? Sweet and hot.
Well, I'm not I'm really actually where I got all the boxes out. I started pulling them out here actually this last week. So I haven't gotten the chance to actually go through all of them yet to really decide on exactly which ones I'm going to do. But I'll just say that for the most part, I grow mostly sweet peppers.
Hmm.
I do like growing some of the hot peppers. I do them and I give them away to some friends. I have some real crazy friends who love to eat these really super hot peppers, and so I'll give them away to some friends and all of that. But myself, I'm not into the super hots. If I'm gonna do anything with them, I'll powder them up and I'll maybe kind of heat some things up here and there. But I mostly eat a lot of the sweet peppers, so I'm growing a lot of different like actually one of my favorite ones over the last couple of seasons is the Ajvarsky pepper. That one's
So
really
good.
good. And then I'm looking at, a few different new varieties and some of the seed catalogs. And so I'm kind of collecting those all up and I'll be actually setting all my seeds up here in the next week or so to get them all ready for our season this year.
And I love the Lesia pepper
Yes.
because
Oh, that was another one I was trying to think of right there too, is that Lesia. And in fact, I think on our show, you showed me that you had this yellow variety. I am so fascinated with the idea of growing a yellow one. I'm gonna have to find those seeds for sure.
I got those seeds from Jimmy Pickles, jppepperseeds.com.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I never seen a yellow version of that. And all of a sudden I seen his yellow. I'm like, whoa, I got to get
Yeah.
that right
Yeah.
away.
I've gotta try that one. I mean, the regular red version is just such a beautiful pepper. I mean, it's got this really cool heart shape to it, and just the color is just amazing that you get out of those pepper pods. So that's definitely one of the ones I'm gonna be growing again this year for sure, is that one there.
I'm still laughing at the primatale that you grew and he gave it to you, one of your friends.
Yep, got that from Jimmy Pickles as well too.
Mhm.
In fact, the live stream we did because I grew those out for a contest and got a bunch of them. And I have a really good friends who enjoy eating some of those peppers. Although I don't think he was really prepared for the idea of how hot these ones were actually going to be. But he volunteered to get on my live stream with me and eat one of these peppers. And so we did a little interview with Jimmy Pickles at the start of that live stream as well too. And then my friend ate the pepper. And again, like I said too, I think is I've never seen tears shoot out of a guy's face like that before in my whole life.
It's I'm telling you, if you dehydrate those hot peppers and you just put them in a
Yeah,
salt shaker and put a tap cap on, makes
yeah,
such a big difference when you actually grow. When you grow something in your yard, you should be eating it. You know,
yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
grow that many hot peppers, like I'm growing 650 varieties,
Yep.
I'm not eating half of those. But you know what?
Yeah.
Dehydrate those. I'll have every
Same.
single one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's what I do with a lot of the ones that I do grow. If I have some left over from the ones I give away and hand out to people, it's just peppers. I mean, and I go with that philosophy when it comes down to it for the most part, is that I want to be growing things I'm consuming. And that's why I'm mostly growing sweet peppers in my pepper garden anymore, because those are the majority of what I'm going to be eating. But the hot peppers and the variety of peppers that there are, I mean, they are my favorite thing to grow. I mean,
Mm.
all of the different varieties, the plants each have their own different temperaments,
Mm.
so, there's a different, you got to treat them all in their own different unique way. So I just have this fascination with pepper plants as a whole, just growing all the different varieties and everything. And I want to grow as many different varieties as I can. I can't quite do 650 like you can. I got small space here, but I get as many in as I can. And when it comes down to picking different varieties that I'm going to do, I've got tons of seeds. And the hardest part of that is breaking it down and narrowing it down to the ones that I can actually grow, because I want to grow all of them, but I just can't do that. So then I've got to grow, I've got to be a little selective when it comes down to it. But again, one of my favorite things to grow. And I think ultimately I'm able to get, I think last year we did about 35 different varieties. And I grow those all mostly in these 5-gallon wicking buckets that I got. And so we have those all over the back space, the patio, and around the garden as well too. And I'll put those in all different places just so I can get as many varieties in as I can.
That's awesome. Everybody in the chat, we're gonna in a little while. We'll ask, if you guys have questions, we'll just ask them at the end. So just want to say hi to everybody because everybody's saying hi, Joe. Hi, everyone. We got a great. It's such a great community here, and hopefully you guys could all check out Enoch's channel and his Saturday. What time is your Saturday live? Just let everybody know.
Yeah, so we've got our Let's Get Growing, our live cast that we have on Saturdays. For us, it's Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So it's going to be 2 p.m. on the East Coast. We get started around then, and we run about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer, just kind of depends on the conversation. And we've only had 3 weeks so far. We just did our third show this Saturday, and the conversations are all just so awesome. And we got it's a show. What we have is a show, and we got different segments that we have. We have my friend Mark Roche Colbert. He's a Portland gardener. He gardens. Actually, I met him on the rooftop of this building in downtown Portland, where he maintains this really awesome rooftop garden for this restaurant called Noble Rot in Portland. So I met him there, but he's actually also, his more full-time job is a garden educator. He teaches at a Montessori school, teaching all grade levels of kids how to garden. Again, another one, bringing kids back into this, So when it came to like doing a segment where we're going to teach and show people different things in the garden, I knew I had to have this guy on with us. So he kind of opens up our first segment of the show called In the Garden with NBC. And he's going to be, with us regularly throughout the season, teaching us new things about different gardening tips, tricks, hacks, all that sort of stuff that he does. And we'll also get to see, the rooftop garden, some of his school gardens, all these different great garden spaces that he's able to do this stuff in. And then we have our channel of the week, which we had you as our guest last week, or the week before this last one, for our channel of the week segment, where we get to talk with all the more smaller channels in the YouTube gardening community. It's one of the big things I wanted to do with doing the show, is to be able to highlight and spotlight some of the really great gardeners out there who are just putting out content and sharing their gardens with everybody. So we wanted to make sure we had a spot on our show for them. And then as well as Instagram. Instagram is a great place to get some really good gardening content and see some of the really fascinating people out there doing all sorts of growing. So we have an Instagram segment called Are You Following Me? And then we call it a live cast because it's a live stream show Saturday mornings. And then after the show's over, we upload it as a podcast. So we end the show with a more podcast style interview, a long form interview with a featured guest each week. So we had Wendy Fan on for our first show. And then we had Gardner Scott on with the show you did the week before last. And just yesterday, we had Greg Peterson of the Urban Farm Podcast on as our featured guest. And then next week, we'll be talking with Bevan Cohen, who's an author and writer for Mother Earth News. So we'll have him on. He's got a podcast, Small House Farm podcast. So we'll also be, having him on, and as well as others. I just actually, just this Wednesday, we did a pre-recorded interview with Jared Gettle, who is the owner and founder of Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. So we had a really great conversation with him that we'll be featuring later on here in the season as well, too. So we got a bunch of really great guests coming up, and I really encourage everybody to come check us out Saturday morning and see all the fun gardening conversations that we get into.
Jared just had the baby because he was going to come on our show too, and then everything. Forget about it. Yeah. Nothing's happening anytime soon.
That's right. He's great. He is great. I got to talk with him and do a couple of little shorter interviews at the heirloom exposition that they
Mm.
have in California a couple of years back. So when I got the show together, he was my main guy. I was like, I gotta have Jer on. So I bugged him and bugged him, and I was like, you gotta make some time for us. I need to have you on my first season of my show. And he's just really awesome, and he made some time for us. But yeah, they got little Levi Gettle, brand new addition to their family there. He's a, you know, he's got a great family and a really wonderful business. I love Baker Creek for all of the things that they do besides selling the awesome seeds and their whole seed catalog. They do a lot of wonderful things with their company. So just, and again too, get back to the kids and kids education. That heirloom exposition they put on every year is to fund school programs.
Oh,
And
I didn't know that part.
that's
Hmm.
what they do with that. And one of the cool things to see about the heirloom exposition is they have a school day where all the local kids and all the schools around the area hop on the buses and take a field trip to the heirloom exposition. And you've got all these classes of kids running around getting to check out all the stuff there, and just to see how fascinated they are with all the different things that they have to offer there when it comes to growing and all that. It's a wonderful thing to see. They're really big on helping out those school programs. So again, too, if you are and do have a school program out there, anybody in your audience too, Baker Creek is a great place to call up, send them an email, let them know about your school program, and they will be more than willing to send you out a bunch of really cool seeds that your kids can get started in those gardens. So check out Baker Creek when it comes to that for sure.
Yeah, I have done. They gave me a whole bunch of seeds too, and I gave them to every. I give them out as much as I can,
Yep.
because that's
Yep.
what it's about. You know, it's about people growing. You know,
Hmm.
too many people don't grow foods anymore, or
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
backyard gardening or whatever. You know, got to
Yep.
get people to grow. Now I
That's right.
forgot his name. He does everything greens. He juices everything. Um, I always
Oh,
forget his name. Uh,
John Kohler,
yeah, that's it. Is
growing your greens.
grown. There you go. Are you? Do you plan to have him come on anytime?
We're working on that as well to him, similar with Jared. It's all about a scheduling type of thing. So he'll
Mm,
probably again be one of those kind of pre-recorded interviews that we'll do. I mean, we have a live show. I want a live conversation for the most part, but when it comes to guys like Jared or even John Kohler of Growing Your Greens, you know, getting a pre-recorded interview with them is going to be, you know, good enough in a sense too, because they're really some fascinating people with what they do. You know, and John Kohler really is one of those first people that really helped push me along when it came to doing my channel and all of that.
mm.
I remember I got to go to his house in Northern California to go
Oh,
help one
cool.
of his friends out. So I knew one of his friends, and they were going over to do some work and help him do some work around his garden and all of that. And his friend invited me. It's like, hey, you want to go over to John's house with me and help him do some stuff around the garden? I was like, yeah, of course I do. You mean the house where I watched him build this garden for years? I've been following this guy forever. So yeah, like no doubt I'm gonna be there. So I went in, and again, we were just there to help out and help pull some weeds or move some things around or plant some things and all of that. And I was busy doing something, and he comes and he walks up to me and he says, "Hey, you have a garden channel, right?" Because I did actually, I met him once just for a quick handshake at the heirloom exposition and told him about my channel, and he remembered this, right? He's like, "You have a
Oh,
garden channel, right, on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I got one. It's only got like a couple hundred subscribers. Maybe I think it was just over 200 subscribers at the time." And he looks at me and he goes, "You want to do a video?" And I was like, "Yeah, again, like what? Yeah, of course. Is it Christmas right now? And I'll tell you the story about this too. This is really funny. Is that so? I went and got my camera, and we set it up in his front yard garden again, the one that I got to watch him build up. So we had that as the background, and we did a video on talking about peppers because peppers is my favorite thing to grow. So I was like, well, it'd be great to get an interview with you and have you talk and give me some advice about growing peppers. And so we did this whole interview. I asked him all these questions, and it was really good. And the interview's over, and I go to check the camera and it didn't record.
Oh
And I
no.
was like, "Oh, no." I was so embarrassed. I was like, "I cannot believe this just happened." And he's just the nicest guy. He's like, "You know, I've done over 1,500 videos on my channel." He's like, "You know how many times this has happened to me?" He's like, "You know what? Let's just do it again." He says, "Push the record button and let's do it again." Right? So we go, I push the record button, sit down, and we go through the whole thing and everything and get it finished. And I was like, "Oh man, thank you so much." And I click the stop button on the video camera. He looks at me, he goes, "Yeah, I think the first one was better."
Oh no.
No, just
Oh,
as
that's
a
funny.
joke. He was totally joking with me, just to but I was like, that was really awesome guy. And since then, he's become a really good friend. I've helped him film his heirloom exposition videos for 2018 and 2019, the last couple that Baker Creek had. I've
Mm.
since gone to Las Vegas and done videos with him and helped him film his videos. He's done videos with me, so we've developed a really cool friendship, over the years and everything. And really, just one of those real huge inspirations for me and my channel and what I do ultimately. And so it's really good at, whether it's got to be pre-recorded or not, we've got to have him on my show for sure.
He's, and he had lost so many health problems that he got into gardening, right? I
Yeah.
think that's most of his story. I haven't
Yeah.
followed John in the last 2 years because I've been so crazy doing my channel. But
Yeah.
his
That is
juicing,
something for us who are making our own content and everything is, being able to follow each other. I try to do as much as I can, but you got to catch people when you can and do the best you can when it comes down to it. But yeah, again, John's really awesome. Again, like you said, he had all those health issues, and because of the health issues, he found a raw diet was what was going to work best for him. And he's one of those guys though too that even though that's what he does, what's best for him, he doesn't push it as that's what's going to be best for you. And that's one of the things I really appreciate about him. He's out to teach people to do the best they can and to grow as much as they can. And that's kind of where he goes with that sort of stuff. And just a really great guy when it comes down to it.
it's funny. I always liked when he had his girlfriend over. I don't know what his current
Mhm.
situation. Oh, my
Yeah.
girlfriend's there, and he sees that she's on camera and stuff like that. And I
Yeah,
was
she
like,
was
oh, this
she
is
was
great.
really shy about the camera, that's for sure.
Absolutely
Yeah,
love that. So,
yeah.
and what else do you grow in your garden? So we talked about tomatoes, we talked about peppers. What else do you like to grow?
Yeah, well, again, like I was saying, right now, we're working the peas, a lot of the
Peas.
greens. We got to make sure we get as much of those in. Spinach is one of my favorite things when it comes down to it. So I got to get as much as I can in this cool season before it starts warming up, because that'll be one of the first things that bolts out of the garden.
Mm,
So, I try to get as much as that done as we can. And then, as we move towards the warm season, I grow almost everything in all these different containers, elevated raised beds, carrots, potatoes. I do container potatoes each year. Those are always kind of fun again, too. One of those kind of, when it comes to root crops, you grow these out and you wait all year and you got these big, beautiful plants and you're like, oh, this is going to be great. And then you break into the container and find that you got like less than a pound of these little tiny things, because with the root crops, you don't know what you get until it's time to pull them out of the ground. So, but I have fun with those things, all sorts of stuff. Garlic is a big one for us each year. I grow a couple of different varieties of both hardneck and soft neck
mm,
garlics that we go around the garden.
mm,
Squash, I love to do lots of different squash. Again, I try year in year out with corn. I've had a couple of successful seasons, a few that weren't so successful, but I try different varieties of corn that we do, all in our alleyway, all in these little, small spaces that we have around the house and all of that too. So, a lot of that. Last year I tried eggplant for the first time,
mm,
because it's, again, like I was saying, I like to grow things that I mostly are going to eat and
mm,
consume.
but,
But there's still, again, similar to the peppers, there are those certain plants and things out there that I haven't and don't really, I'm not much of an eggplant person, but the plants are fascinating. They're
they're
beautiful. and
beautiful.
and
Yeah.
and and the fruits themselves and the different varieties. So I grew a couple of different varieties of them just to grow them And again, I find my friends or neighbors and people who will actually consume them, and I just grow them for them, basically, just to get that experience with growing them. And okra is one I've done a couple of seasons ago as well too. But all sorts of stuff. I mean, I've got like perennial blueberries. I've got a few different varieties of blueberries we grow in these big tubs that originated actually in the ground. They weren't doing very well in the ground, so I moved them into these big tubs, and they're doing a lot better because I can really control the acidity of the soil for them a lot better. Container trees. I've got a bunch of different container trees. We've got peaches. Uh, I've got like a couple of different varieties of apples, and we introduced a pear tree this last year. And so and it's with trees, it's a little bit of a progression. You got to wait a couple of seasons before you're going to really get some good production out of them. So hopefully this year our apples are going to be really producing well. Last year it was our peach tree. It was in its third year and just gave me so many just delicious frost peaches off of this tree, which was really great because I'd only gotten one the year before and then zero the year before that off of it. So to get just a bountiful, just bucket of these peaches last year was just amazing. So hopefully that's going to be our apple situation this year. And then pears will be in its second year. So maybe the year after this, we'll start looking at getting some pears out of our trees and everything too. So we got all sorts of things growing out there.
Once I get my second half of my yard fenced off, that's when I'm going to start putting my fruit trees in. Otherwise, the dare will be, man, it'll be useless,
Yeah.
I'll tell you a quick story. I had one year I planted 48 zucchini plants. And
Oh,
as
yeah.
you know, one plant is probably more than enough for a
More
whole
than enough.
family.
I had to
And
learn that lesson too.
so I was at it was called Max Fitness Challenge. And actually this is before my son was had cancer.
Yeah.
And so I had 48 zucchini plants. I'm feeding every single person at the gym.
Oh,
Every
yeah.
single person. And the zucchinis, because I'm only there during the weekends, not during the week. They were like
Mhm.
this big, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
so I come with like a big boatload of zucchini. Oh yeah, I got some more going to the gym. And everybody's like, what the heck is that? And then I would give them out in Uber rides. And people will be
Oh, yeah,
like,
there you
just the reactions in their faces, the zucchini this large
go. Yeah.
instead of this. And
Oh, they'll get
it's
huge too if you just keep letting them grow. They'll get bigger than you could ever use. But yeah, it's the same thing with me. I mean, I grew I tried a couple of different varieties, but I ended up with like 3 plants in the back fence area of my garden a couple years back. And again, like you said, just too many zucchini. I mean, every one of my neighbors, were, coming out their door to a surprise of zucchinis on their porch because I just went and dropped them off at everybody's house around the neighborhood.
well, there is a zucchini day where you're supposed to leave the zucchinis in front of your
Right.
neighbor's property, in front of neighbor's
Yep.
house.
Yep.
I forgot. I got
I
to
don't
find
know if
that.
it was exactly that day specifically, but in my neighborhood a couple of years ago, there was a zucchini day.
Okay, so if you guys have any questions in the chat, time to get my glasses on because I'm getting too old.
Right, right. I'm gonna
And
need those soon too.
so, it's terrible. So, I have a problem going up and down at work all day because I'm not looking at a computer all day. So, if any have any questions, let me go through them. There is 73 people in the chat right now. There's been about 80. So, thank you everyone for coming. Let's see what we got. So, Kitty W. So it says advice because I have no control grow bags, but looking for plants productive in 3 gallon space.
Yeah. You know, when it comes to like container sizes, there's so many things you can grow in smaller containers. You just got to try to avoid some of those big, like tomato plants. You're not, 3 gallons isn't going to be enough for a tomato plant. 3 gallons would actually, would probably be all right for a pepper plant. those root systems only get about so big, so
Right.
they'll probably fit well in a 3 gallon. And all sorts of greens and things like that are really good in your cooler end of the year. um, in 3 gallons. The big thing I would say though is you start getting to the warmer seasons, the smaller your container, the harder problem you're going to have with trying to keep those containers um, wet or moist enough for the root systems. They just dry out so easily. So once you start getting to those warmer months, you've got to really be sure that you've got a situation that can keep them from drying out and becoming hydrophobic and really just setting those root systems back with most anything you grow. But yeah.
I like those 5 gallon grow bags. I mean, that's a lot better. The 3 are a little smaller, so
Hmm.
keeping moisture inside is so important when you do those grow bags.
Yeah,
Once your plants dry out, it's not good. Oh,
that's
look,
why we went to the 5 gallon. Oh, Jimmy's there. Awesome.
J-
It's good to see you, man.
jppepperseeds.com.
I'll tell you that one of the more popular things we have on my channel is, again, as I mentioned, those 5 gallon wicking containers. Now, if you have small spaces, those are the things I recommend the most, and especially if you're living in a warmer climate. 5 gallons is a good amount of space for a lot of different plants. Most things that I've grown watermelon out of these things. I've, grown different things out of them. So many different things. And the advantage there is that it's a 2 bucket system where you're keeping that bottom bucket with a maybe like a good 3 inch level amount of water. As
Oh,
long as
we
you're
got a little
keeping that
frozen.
water in there, as long as you're keeping that little bit of water in there, um, those buckets will continue to drink up the water. And so at that point, I say, those are good for the warmer climates. And again, you can grow a lot of things in them, so you can avoid a lot of allowing those things to dry out. But and again, too, when it comes to 5 gallon buckets, there are the ones you can get at your big box store if you want to pay for them. But 5 gallon buckets are so available for free almost anywhere you live. Go to your supermarkets; they get these really cool 5 gallon buckets of all sizes, actually. But you can get your 5 gallon buckets from like bakeries and restaurants and the supermarkets and all of that sort of stuff. So I encourage people to go there and reuse some of those buckets.
So, Enoch, so I got a whole bunch of pepper seeds from Jimmy, right? You know what he
Yeah.
puts it in? He puts it in sock. He put all the seeds in the sock. And
Oh,
I'm looking at it.
dang.
So he gave me one sock. And now he just asked me, where's my left sock? So I put him, actually, I had garlic. So I put all the garlic in the sock.
Oh, yeah, there you
That's
go.
where I'm storing it right now. At least I know it's not going to go anywhere.
That's really great.
Let's see what we
That's
got.
awesome.
What's this? Micro dwarf in a 3 gallon. It's not dwarf. Yeah, even a dwarf, you should still use. I don't like using three
Yeah.
gallon grow bags. I still like the 5 for
Yeah.
whatever you use.
I'd say 5 at a minimum when it comes down to it. You're always best off with something even bigger if you can. You get the 7, 8 gallon size. And that's where, again, like I said, you can start really growing some of those bigger tomatoes, some of those other types of plants that are going to have larger root systems.
If you want to talk to this Rebel Canners, her name is Tammy.
Yeah.
Excellent canning channel if you ever want to check
Oh,
her out. I
yeah.
don't know if
I
you
got to
remember.
learn. I got to learn some canning for sure. So I'm going to have to check that out. That's something I haven't had the opportunity to do yet. So again, I'm going to have to check that out.
You're in the same boat as me because we're doing so much, getting involved, that all of a sudden the things that we should be doing is canning, right?
Yeah.
If anybody else have any other questions, I absolutely love your show. I'm so happy the format that you have,
Yeah.
and it reaches so many. It just seems like we've been following. How long have you been following gardening channels? Like the last 10, 15 years on YouTube, right? something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, like I said, with that cucumber I jumped on about 12 years ago,
Yeah.
and once that obsession of growing and growing my own food kinda hit, so did the obsession with, watching and following along with all the different garden channels and gardeners out there. So, it's just, it's my community basically, and I just really enjoy it. Some of the best people I've met, throughout gardening, and it's just really awesome. And again, with our show, that's kind of one of our objectives, is to be able to get out and meet and talk to all of these just wonderful people out in the gardening community to tell their stories and talk about that stuff.
Because, well, we all learn from each other.
Yep.
You could talk.
That's how I learned.
You could have the most experienced gardener that's been there for 30 years. He's
Yep.
still trying. There's still new things that pop up, just like the lanternfly. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
nobody knows about the lanternfly because I seen it in Philadelphia, but well, it made its way to Jersey now. But
Yeah.
most of the United States haven't seen that yet. Beautiful, beautiful looking fly too.
Oh
But
wow.
they
Yeah,
totally could
I haven't
just
either
tear down a
myself.
forest.
Oh
It's really bad.
yeah, I've heard about them. I've never seen one myself, but I've heard about them for sure. And again, like you're saying too, about the idea of you know, learning from each other and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, that's exactly what my experience is learning from the gardening community, all the people out there who take the time to, create whatever type of content that they have to show different things. I mean, I'm constantly learning in the garden. And that was one of the things we talked about this last week with Greg Peterson was,
Mm.
the idea that, everybody should be always learning. Greg's been gardening for 50 years and, he's still learning himself, every year something new and all of that. Gardening really is, as he put it, the great grand experiment. So you should always be learning more when it comes down to it. And there's so much that when you just think you've got one thing figured out, you really haven't. It's there's more to learn constantly, and it's really one of the things that makes gardening so fascinating, that you can garden for 50 years and still be learning and figuring out more things about what's growing out there.
The three things I'm really working on is soil.
Yes.
Because if you go through your yard and don't see worms, then that's a problem. If
Yes,
you
it
have
is.
life in the soil, you're gonna have life on your vegetable. That's the way I look at it.
It's
And
it's the it's the big thing, as I say, soil is the medium of life. Life begins and ends in the soil, when it comes down to it. And having good life in your soil is what's going to make your garden successful. And if you're finding issues and problems with growing things in your garden, it's probably in the soil where your issue lies. So making sure that your soil is fed, lots of great organic material, so that all of those little microorganisms and nematodes and fungi and all those sort of things are all working together inside of that soil to create the right balance that will make your roots thrive. And when your roots thrive, the plants thrive. And then when your plants thrive, you thrive. So, it's the great circle of life. It starts right in the soil.
and the last thing is the two other things I'm working on is bad bug, good bug,
Oh,
and
yes.
plant diseases.
Yep.
Because you get bugs all the time. Like, wow, I've never seen that bug before. The problem is
Mhm.
I don't have a phone to say, whoop, take a quick picture and see
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is. Do you find those problems for yourself, like plant diseases or bugs? Like, what kind of bug is that?
Every now and then there's one that kind of fascinates me and is new that I hadn't quite seen before. But I've got my mainstays of pest issues every year. One of my biggest problems I have every year is earwigs. And when you look up and read about earwigs, a lot of times you'll see that they're not supposed to be that damaging to your garden. Well, you know what? If they start getting into high numbers, they become very damaging to all sorts of your garden. One of the things that earwigs love to eat the most are flowers, and especially early young flower buds.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and then you're not going to end up with a lot of fruits off of your plants if they're eating up all your flowers and flower buds off of the different things you're growing. So earwigs have been a battle for me every year, you
Hmm.
know, and let's see. Every I've dealt with, like, a couple of years ago, having an issue with some white fly was kind of a problem. And then aphids. Aphids are always that one. There's just thousands of varieties of these different aphids, and where they come from, I have no clue. But you know what? They pop up all over the place. We try to take care of them the best we can, in a more organic method and in that
Mm.
sort of situation. I don't really like utilizing any sort of chemicals or anything in my garden. So I want a natural course of action going on. So again, like you said, good bugs, bad bugs. There's good bugs that take care of the bad bugs. And if you're trying to create that sort of balance in your garden, that's the best route to go. Encourage some of those good bugs to come in and take care of things.
Okay, Enoch. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate
Yeah.
it. And if you got on Saturday, 2 p.m., who's your guest this coming week?
We've got with us Bevan Cohen. Bevan Cohen is author of a few different books on seed saving, and he's also written many different articles for Mother Earth News. And he has a podcast, Small House Farm, and yeah, so he's gonna be a really great conversation to come and check out with us. And I believe we have Ultimate Gardener, as we talked about earlier. I believe he'll be on for our channel of the week.
Mhm.
And I don't have it written down with me, but we'll have a great Instagram guest as well to join with us, as well as, again, like I said, come and check out my buddy Mark too. He's always bringing a fun little segment for everybody. And again, it's just a really fun show. We're 3 shows into it, and it's just, it's just really, I'm looking so much forward to these upcoming shows now that we've gotten those first 3 in, to see how it's worked and how it's gone. And again, to, get with having such great guests like yourself coming on our show and helping us have such great, wonderful gardening conversations. The sky is the limit for our show. So I encourage everybody who's watching your live stream right now to come check us out this Saturday. Come give our show a shot and see what we're all about. And I'm sure you're going to enjoy it.
Thank you so much, Enoch. I really thank you so much for coming on. And,
absolutely, anytime.
And I'll see you Saturday.
All right, man. We look forward to it.
Awesome. That was
good,
awesome.
Good to
Thank
see
you so
all.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, guys. So that was Enoch Graham, the urban gardener. That was awesome. And next week we have another special guest, and the channel's growing, just like his channel is constantly growing, and he has the top gardeners around the world, and it goes from beginner to getting older, older, more experienced. So there's so much stuff you could learn on the channel, and it is so much fun, and you could just keep on connecting and connecting and connecting. Oh, thank you for all the members posting their members. Thank you guys for coming members. It's so important, this channel to keep on growing, is becoming a member. We got some great gifts to hand out today. There's 81 people in the chat. Got to about 85. So thank you guys for everyone for coming. And let me just go on down. So the 4 channels we're going over today are Treasured Home, Melanie Titus, look that, he has a little hook, Wide Family Farm, and I Am Organic Gardening, if we're going to get there. I don't know if we're going to get there tonight. And we got some great yarn to give out too. We're going to give out 2 of these, beautiful color. So that was purple, and this one's blue. I don't know if you guys could tell a difference. So we're giving those out. Let's see what else we got. We got some hot sauce given out too. We got some ice cream yarn, the big scoop. The hot sauces we're going to give out today is the Death Mamba. And let me put this one aside because I'm having that later. And Weeper Squeezins. This is from Pucker Butt. Pucker Butt. And for those that just came in a chat too, we have Secret Santa 2023. So Secret Santa, the only thing you have to do is go to registration video, leave a comment, and say gardening, or it's a crochet or crafts, and where you click is USA or international. And I'll group you guys together, and we're gonna have a Secret Santa, and everything's gonna be done by you have to ship it by July 1st. So that's gonna be very exciting. Why not have a little halfway, just like this guy? He's halfway. What happened to his body? I don't know. I can't find it. Anyway, just a little fun for the summer, and just do a little bit something different. You know, it's all about community. Okay, so let's get down the wheel. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. And that was an awesome guest, guys. He's someone that's I love people that love doing something. It could be canning, it could be gardening, it could be doing, do with the hats and stuff like that. Like Rebecca, Touched by Yarn. She gave out, how many hats she gave out? A couple thousand hats. I mean, geez, you gotta love that, right? And there's LG Homestead. Welcome in. Let me see people. Yeah, Kelly Minier, Susan Goulet, AJ Green Topics, Amy Long, LG Homestead, I Love to Crochet, Kitty W, Handicapped Traveler, Purple Tea Bear, Amy Long to Crochet, Butler Family Farm. Oh, Butler Family Farm, thank you for becoming a member. You got Spring, the Fiber Enthusiast, 2%, Canadian Proud Get Outdoors, Juby, Rebel Canners, and on and on and on. The Urban Gardener is in the chat, so if you have any questions, just contact him there in the chat, and I'm sure he'll be glad to help you out. How you doing, Helen? There's Greg Bryson, the Yummy Elmo, and Life in Yarn Tangled, Zombie Mom Andrea, and on and on. So let's get down to the wheel. Let's give out we got to give out a lot of seeds today. Our choices are our traditional choices. You got microdwarf tomatoes. You got a grab bag. You got hot peppers. You got M.I. Gardner, and you got Baker's Creekish choices. Your traditional choices that you could choose. So let's get down a wheel. Let's do 5 things of seeds first before we get to the other stuff. So make sure everything's working. So we're gonna give out a pack of seeds. Let me make sure it just goes on the screen. Make sure everything's working. And hopefully I did this. Okay, there it is. So seeds. Let's go. There it is. There's the polka. When we do the polka, it seems like we always have the winners in the chat. So make this work. And that wheel is small. Jane Doe, congratulations to Jane Doe. Jane, you won seeds. If you want seeds, just let us know what kind of seeds do you want. How you doing, Joe Serrano? Temple and Acres, welcome in. How you doing, Disabled Prepping? Digging with Deej, first time here. Welcome in. Annabelle's here. AJ's Green Topics. I tell you, worm farming's the best, guys. Check out AJ's Green Topics with worms. Okay, there's Good Times, Jen and Steve. So we're looking for Jane Doe. You won yourself some seeds. Let's go to the second winner. Let's go. There's Jane Doe. Jane, you won. Let us know what kind of seeds you want, or give it to someone else. Make sure if you win, make sure it's all in caps to make it easier. Okay, Jane Doe. There's Yossi from Israel. People all over the world in the chat. Recyclable Homestead, second winner. So looking for Jane Doe. Now we got Recyclable Homestead. Let's go to the next winner. Got to be in the chat to win. You only have to the video, the highlighted video to claim your prize. So you can't claim your prize tomorrow. You got to claim it in the chat. The last 2 minutes is Jane Doe, Recyclable Homestead. Jane Doe, what kind of seeds do you want? And they got next winner is Lisa Ellison. Congratulations to Lisa Ellison. Guys, come on. I don't want to change the polka. Let's go. Where are you? There's me, Moss Crochet. Jane Doe, thanks. What type of seeds? Jane Doe, I'm just going to go off. I'm going to give you a Baker's Creek seed. I'm going to give you, because we had to get going. We can't really. It's going to be a cucumber market more. Just let you guys know. So congratulations to Jane Doe. The seeds are traditional seeds that we give out each week. You got Microdorf tomatoes. You got grab bag, which means could be anything. Hot peppers, and my gardener seeds, and Baker Creek seeds. And it's all luck of the draw. Luck of the draw. So it's the cucumber, Jane Doe. Market More is a very good cucumber. That's a great get. So congratulations. Okay, welcome for Recyclable Homestead and Lisa Ellison. Let's do another winner. Oh, awesome. Lily Stretch Bread. We got membership seeds. Awesome. The membership seeds were from Ukraine. Soviet seeds. So I hope you guys enjoyed the jelly bean club seeds. If you are a jelly bean member, it's only for jelly bean members. PJ Scofield, I have no idea why everything seems a little longer. Let me, oh, there's Recyclable Homestead, hot peppers. So Recyclable Homestead, you want a Trinidad sweet pepper. Recyclable Homestead, Trinidad sweet hot pepper. So congratulations to Recyclable Homestead. And the last two winners is Lisa Ellison and PJ Skelfo. Let me just try to customize this a little bit longer. Maybe I have to put it, do this. Maybe that will work out. I don't know why it's so small. They kind of change things, but usually the winner is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. Thank you, Jujubi. Okay, one more winner before we do that. So Lisa Ellison and PJ Scalpo. AJ's Green Topics. Congratulations to AJ's Green Topics. I'm telling you guys, he loves worms, just like Yossi loves worms. Yossi loves his worms. Anyway, AJ's Green Topics was our guest 2 weeks ago, and I hope you guys subscribe to AJ's Green Topics. And now he won some seeds. So hooray, hooray, hooray. Just like everybody says, seeds, please. Thank you. It seems like I'm going to grab bag. Okay, what do we got? AJ's Green Topics. You got here. Let me choose this. Get out of the screen. AJ's Green Topics. You got Mammy Brown's tomato. Mommy's brown tomato. Or Mammy's brown tomato. There we go. I really need glasses. See, this is where I missed my Reed. Where's Reed? Reed, where are you, Reed? 89 people on the chat. Thank you guys for everybody coming. Thank you. Oh, there's the Vineyard Chicks. Bunky, if you're here, our guest might contact you, just to let you know. So if you're looking, if you get a message from the Urban Gardener, might be looking for you. Just want to let you know, Bunky. Okay, so let's do our first channel review. I just let people talk. You guys want to subscribe to their channel, it's up to you. And so our first channel we're going to go over, well, it's I Am Organic Gardening. I expected that to come up last, not first. And so I only show about 2 or 3 minutes of a video. And if you guys like it, go ahead, go check it out. If not, no big deal.
The easiest thing you can plant in your garden is potatoes, and now is a good time to do it. The reason why, because the temperatures are still cool and it's early, and it doesn't matter if they're red potatoes or brown potatoes, indeterminate or determinate, and that just means early, late, or mid varieties. Now, if you don't have a green thumb, watch this video. It's the easiest thing you can grow in your garden, and it will produce at least anywhere from 5 to 6 more potatoes, depending on the soil that you have. They're so easy to do, and this video will show you. So stay tuned. We're going to plant them in a free cardboard box, and I'll show you a close-up of that very shortly. Easy to do, like I said. The emphasis on easy, and guess what? You're going to have a successful garden of potatoes, growing them in a cardboard box, and you'll love yourself for it. And if you don't like potatoes, you should try them at least, because this is the utmost amazing thing you can grow, and it will give you confidence to get that green thumb going. So we're going to start out with a nice sized brown box, and I'll give you the dimensions in a little bit. But it's got to be brown cardboard. We don't want anything glossy. That's not good for your garden. Now, the brown box here also has, and I'll give you a close-up on this, has a nice little certificate label here, how strong the box is. See here that the weight, or the gross weight of pounds that it can hold, is 95 pounds. So anything that's at least 80 and higher in the number is a good, strong box to put in your garden. Now you can see here, the box has its own dimensions on it, which is very rare. But anyway, here we have it's 18¼ inches long. This way, 11¾ inches. That's the height from the bottom of the box to the top of the box, and this is the width, 10 5/8. The most important number is the one in the middle here, and that's 11¾ Now, that's our height. We want a box at least 8 inches tall, because that's how much soil we're going to fill up in the box once we put our potatoes on the bottom. Step is we want to remove any kind of shipping label that's on there too. That's not good for our soil. And also on the bottom of the box here, we have plastic tape, and we want to remove that. We don't want that in the garden either. We just ripped off our plastic tape, so we'll just put that in our trash. We're going to start with the bottom of our box first. We're going to fold in all the flaps. We're going to leave it open to the bottom. We want good drainage, and this is going to be our top. Now our top, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it inwards like so, and now we have a nice double wall container here like that. Nice, and we're all set to go. Now we're just going to pick a spot in our garden like so, put it down, and we're all set for planting. I have my container set on a bed of leaves. Now, if you don't have leaves, it doesn't matter. You can set it right on top of the soil in your garden. You can place it right on top of the grass, and no, you don't have to put anything down on the bottom. The grass will not go through, because you're going to be adding 8 inches of material here, and that will not let that grass grow up, especially in the springtime. This size box, we're going to plant up 2 potatoes. And we're going to put them about, let's say, 6 to 8 inches apart, not touching each other. Now, what's nice about this is that they're already growing. And I did some other videos, if you can look back, that they were tested prior to planting. And again, if you're not sure, always buy organic potatoes. They will sprout earlier for you than the other store-bought potatoes. And that's what I'm talking about here, store-bought potatoes. Now, we have them just laying right on top of the leaves. And again, they can lay on top of your soil, or they can lay on top of your grass. The choice is yours, what you want to do. I want to share a very important little tip. And I don't know if you heard this from anybody else, but it's
that out. I think it's well worth the time. We always learn about a little bit of something, but I have tried that, growing like that, and it worked out really well. So give that a try. Okay. So we gave out, we had 5 winners. The only 2 winners I didn't see in the chat was Lisa Ellison and PJ Skelfo. So if their time is up, guess we only have 5 minutes to claim your prize. You hear? I want the people here to win prizes, not people that are going to, after the fact. So there's 82, 83 people in the chat. Always try to break 100. So we always get around there somewhere, just a little bit short. Okay, so we're gonna give away some hot sauce, some Reaper squeezins from Pucker Butt, Billy, Pucker Butt. Then we got the big scoop. So you only get one of those, and then we give out 2 of these. So, gotta watch out for the pocket. I'm getting married again. Well, remarried again. So, everything, all this stuff comes out of my pocket. So, if you're looking to think I get these for donations, no. So, I gotta be careful how I spend because I just want to keep on spending to give to everybody, and I just gotta be more frugal a little bit. So then after that, we're gonna give some seeds away. Then we'll go over our second channel. So got some good stuff. Okay, let's get to the wheel. I'm gonna make sure make sure you guys email me too right away. I have everything packed up from last week. I actually have it in my car. They just have to go to the mailbox. But all the seeds should be out. I just got to get the gifts out. Let me shuffle. I don't know why this looks so small today. I'm shuffling, guys. I'm shuffling. Look at that. I'm shuffling. For those who are new to chat, make sure you go to registration video. Okay, let me make this a little bigger. I don't think that looks any bigger. And let's spin! Polka time! Polka time! Maybe we got it. I love to crochet. Congratulations to I love to crochet. I love crochet. Well, let us know. What do you like? Oh, I know exactly what I get. I love to crochet. Basil, please. I kind of figured that. It's hard to choose seeds, guys. Just let you guys know, but I got this specifically for I love to crochet, and just in case you won. So I love to crochet. You got some mammoth basil. Let's do another thing of seeds because I'm excited. So congratulations to I love to crochet. One more thing of seeds. There's the polka. Oh, then we'll get to the stuff there. Seeds. LG Homestead. Whoop, whoop. Congratulations to LG Homestead. You won yourself some seeds. Let us know what kind of seeds do you want. So congratulations to LG Homestead. Okay, next winner is the Reaper Squeezins. Reaper from Pucker Butt. This is like a $15 bottle. You guys do. This is some really good stuff. Heidi, yes. So LG Homestead was in the chat before. We're also looking for Heidi S with hot sauce. Hot sauce from Pucker Butt. So I'm just looking in the chat. Anybody see Heidi? Yes. Anybody see LG Homestead still in the chat? That's our last 2 winners. Okay, here comes the big scoop. Whoa. Big scoop went flying. Okay, good luck, everyone. If you are on Facebook, I cannot see your comment. So make sure you go to YouTube if you're on Facebook. Congratulations, Margie Crafty Corner. Congratulations to Margie's Crafty Corner. So I don't think I seen Margie's Crafty Corner. And Juby, I need your new address. I need your new address. So please email me your new address, and because we held on to your jar and I have it right in front of me. It says Juby. And let me know your new address and I'll get that sent out. Okay, now we're going to give the way to this yarn, which is pretty awesome. Really like this. I guess this is brand new because I never seen this at Michael's before. I just sent it. Okay, awesome. Okay, here we go. Make sure you guys email me. I love it. I love these colors. Fascinating. Very nice. It's like Andale Homestead. Love you, Ann. Deborah won. Deborah Zilio. Congratulations to Deborah. So we are looking for the last four winners. LG Homestead, Heidi S., Margie's Crafty Corner, and Deborah Rezinlo. I can't even say it. Damn. I wish I could say words on the tip of my mouth. They just don't want to roll on off. So close. I get so close. So LG Homestead, Heidi S., Margie's Crafty Corner, and Deborah Rezinlo. Or something like that. So, okay, guys. Let's go some seeds. Hopefully they come on in. Seed. Go night. May not have been any 22 people on the chat. Thank you, guys. Thank you for everything. Seed. That's right, Tina. Disabled and preppins in the chat. Let us know what kind of seeds do you want. Congratulations, Disabled and Prepping. That's right, Annabelle. Seeds. You want to get as many seeds as it's the seed time. It's seed time. Seeds I give out, it's pretty hard to find when you come stores, right? I love to crochet. Congratulations to I Love to Crochet. Disabled and Preppin'. You won Lily Liz. So I Love to Crochet was our last winner. So it's called Little Liz. Yes, Dwarf Tomatoes. Okay. So I Love to Crochet says Dwarf Tomatoes. I think. Yes, Dwarf Tomatoes. Let me I Love to Crochet. Dwarf Cherry Tomato Bahaha. Bahaha. So congratulations to I Love to Crochet. You get seeds from the Ukraine. Dwarf Cherry Tomato Bahaha. So congratulations. And Disabled and Prepping got received Little Lizzie. So this is from Bunny Hop. This is actually a gift. So it's a micro dwarf like you asked. And so congratulations with that. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. So let me just check these off to make sure you guys get that. So Margie's Crafty Corner, I have not seen. Heidi S, I haven't seen. And LG Homestead, I haven't seen. She hasn't come back yet. So those 3 gifts might come back. Let's do our next channel review. There is the Vineyard Chicks. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh, there's Courtney from Wide Family Farm. Reasons to plant marigolds in or around your garden. Do you have your seeds yet? Marigolds are so important, guys. I'm going to be growing tons of marigolds this year. Tons. So let's see what she has to say.
Marigolds attract beneficial insects, which is like ladybugs, parasitic wasps, ladywings, which are totally great for your garden. And they reduce the amount of harmful garden insects, which everybody loves, right? So when you plant things like basil, potatoes, broccoli, squash, eggplant, kale, tomatoes, all of these are a great companion plant for marigolds. Okay, so when you plant marigolds around the borders of your garden, it actually helps. A lot of people don't like flowers, blah, blah, blah.
That's a good
However,
picture.
they're very important for the bee population, and they're important for your garden as well, especially if you want to grow organically and you don't want to put harmful chemicals on your garden to repel pests. These are a great way to repel pests naturally. So these flowers actually produce a really nasty chemical that repels most nematoids, right? So if you're in your garden and you smell something, for me, a lot of people, I don't know, a lot of people think marigolds smell good. I don't. They actually smell like death. And there's been many times I planted them in the garden. I'm like, what is that smell? I don't like the way they smell. However, they do benefit the garden, so I will keep them around. So what have we learned so far? Okay, we learned that marigolds, not only are they pretty, they repel pests from your garden, especially if you plant them around the borders. Also, they're really good companion plants to basil, potatoes, broccoli, squash, eggplant, kale, tomatoes. So they're great to plant around there. They deter white flies. One creepy fact is that marigolds are thought to attract the souls of the dead. So, you know, you want to be careful when you're out there planting marigolds in your garden. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and hang out in our lives. We'll see you next time.
So that's Courtney from Wide Family Farm. I think they go 11 or 11:30 tonight. I could be wrong. We 10:30. I think she might have moved it up. The baby got to go to school these days. Got to wake up a little earlier. Anyway, I love Courtney. I love the crew at Wide Family Farm, and I appreciate all our support of my channel. And you learn so much over there. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate every single person there. So go check out Wide Family Farm tonight. And listen, at 9 o'clock, you have Bacon Lake Let's Dig It. And Courtney's weird right on after that. So check out Wide Family Farm. So I didn't see those channels come in the chat. That one. Oh, we got 2 other channels to review today. Is Our Treasured Home and Lithalia's Little Hook. And I didn't see LG Homestead stepped out. I didn't see her come back. And Heidi S. and Margie's Crafty Corner. I did not see them come back. So all our prizes go on back. So let me just circle them. And let's do it again. So Reaper Squeezins. This is super hot. Very expensive bottle of hot sauce. Then we got this color ice cream big scoop. And then we're going to give away 2 of this. And this is so soft, guys. So soft. So soft. Okay, let's get to the wheel. It's already 8:30. Hey, we're actually right on time. Margie made it. Margie made it. Margie did make it. Okay, let me cross that off. Okay, so Margie won the big scoop. Margie, since you just made it, whew, that was a close call. Margie, you won the big scoop. Do you want this, Margie? Do you want to give this to someone else, or do you want seeds? Let us know, Margie. Let me put this over here. So we're looking for Margie because I was just told Margie just made it. Because you have them to the end of the video right before you come on. And then once I start going on, like start talking, that's it. So, yes, I want it. So congratulations to Margie. And thank you for all your support, Margie. Okay, so let's move that over here. So we got the hot sauce. Then we got this beautiful yarn. And then let me see what we're going to do. Let's give away a Yarn It. So we got the Yarn It, which is pretty cool. And then we got some seeds. Oh, thank you so much, Courtney. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Every little thing helps out, especially when you get married again. And anybody in this chat that wants to come to my ceremony, you're more than welcome. So that's going to be, we're getting remarried on 8/8/23, and our more or less house party is going to be that Saturday. So what is that, the 11th? It's either 11th or 12th. So you guys are welcome. Just to let me know that you're coming. There's probably going to be about 125 people, somewhere around there. And it's going to be a regular wedding. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, so there's your invitation. A quick invitation. But I don't expect anybody to come in the chat. But you guys are more than welcome. I love to see you. Okay, let's get to the wheel. There it is. Hopefully you guys can see this a little bigger, but I doubt it. Thank you guys for all being in, all those members. It's great. You guys sharing all that. That's tremendous. For those that are new in the chat that's never been here before, but checking this out, make sure that each week there's a subscription video. Just leave a comment. You get put on a wheel. How do you know you're on a wheel? There's going to be a heart next to your comment. And a like. That means you're on the wheel. If you do not see a like and a heart next to you, that means, well, I missed it somehow. So just let me know if I do miss it. Okay, here we go. Hot sauce! Saying that, yeah, I screwed it up just like that. Pass the money. Congratulations to Passamaquoddy. I love to crochet. Yes, that's correct. I'm not getting remarried again. Just exactly. You said it right. I kind of, this last second thing, I feel like I'm getting remarried again. Where's the honeymoon? That's not happening until I go to the Alaska trip. So congratulations to Passamaquoddy. Passamaquoddy, do you want the hot sauce? Do you want to give this to someone else, or do you want seeds? Thank you so much, Ben Genetics. Thank you so much. Thank you. So let me know, Passamaquoddy, if you want the hot sauce. Saying the vowels over again. That's it, Annabelle. Saying all the vowels over again. That's on 8/8/8. And then party is going to be that Saturday. Okay, here we go. So this is who's it going to be? Congratulations to Recyclable Homestead. Recyclable Homestead, let me know. Do you want the blue yarn? Do you want to give this to someone else in the chat? Do you want seeds? Let us know. Recyclable Homestead. Recyclable on a Homestead was in the chat before. Hopefully they're still here. Long time supporter, a member of the channel. Big time supporter, gave us things to give away, which was awesome. And congratulations to Recyclable Homestead. Am I too late? Was laying down. Pastor McQuody, no. Pastor McQuody, you are here. You want hot sauce. Let us know if you want the hot sauce. Recyclable Homestead said yes. So Recyclable Homestead gets the blue yarn. So congratulations to Recyclable Homestead on winning the blue yarn. And hot sauce. Pastor McQuody, let us know. Yes, please. There we go. And you want a hot sauce. It's a very expensive bottle of hot sauce. It's not one you find at ShopRite or anything like that. This is from a really good company. Okay, here comes the Yarn It, Yarn It, Yarn It. Who's going to win the Yarn It? Yarn it. Yarn it. Who's it gonna be? Dina. Congratulations to Dina Kabaz. Dina, this is gonna be your first win on the channel. I think I seen you in the chat before. Congratulations to Dina Kabaz. You won a Yarn It. Now let me know if you want the Yarn It. I believe I seen her, Dina, in the chat before. So congratulations to Dina. So I'm looking at the chat, looking for Dina's name. I'm like rooting her on in my head right now. My head's going, come on, Dina. Come on, Dina. Come on, Dina. Leave a comment, Dina. Where are you, Dina? Ooh, Dina might not be here. Not seeing her right here for a second. Okay, seeds. Idaho Garden Girl. Congratulations, Idaho Garden Girl. Idaho Garden Girl hasn't won for a while, so this is amazing. I don't know if I even have something that she doesn't have anymore. So congratulations, Idaho Garden Girl. Let's see if she's still here. Okay, one more thing to see. Let's go. Who's it going to be? It's going to be amazing. It's going to be Pamela. It's going to be Doris. It's going to be Annabelle or Dignity D. Who's going to be the next winner? I hope you guys can follow on Jesse and Lisa on their journeys. Their long journeys on the road. Love Jesse. Jimmy Espinosa. I haven't seen Jimmy in a while. Hopefully Jimmy's lurking. And I don't see Idaho Garden Girl. So if you guys see Jimmy Espinosa or Idaho Garden Girl or Dina Kabaz. I do not see them right now. They have until before I start my next journey. So it's usually about 5 minutes or somewhere's around there. But always when I start up, that's when it pretty much ends. I give one last thing, look around, and there we go. I haven't seen him. Nope. Jimmy lurks a lot in the channel. So, okay, let's do our next channel. I wouldn't really call it review because I'm just like showing it to you. I don't know what to call it. Okay. What's this one? Oh, look at this. It's Our Treasured Home. Chocolate goodies. I'm hungry, guys. I want chocolate right now. So let's expand this out. What does she has to do with what's going on with Our Treasured Home and chocolate?
Good cover pretzels.
Chocolate.
This is what we did for our live on Sunday, and we had some chocolate left over. So I was like, what can I
Idaho
do
Garden
with
Girl,
chocolate?
you won.
Well, we can still make mold candy and chocolate with it. And I was like, I still have this nice big thing of nuts. It's got cashews, almonds, pecans, pistachios, and hazelnuts. Some of my favorite kind of things to eat. One of these I really love the most. So there is a hint there. So what I did, I threw some of them into the chocolate. And then I'm going to pour it onto the baking sheet. So yes, it's really hot. So I'm going to try to see where y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm working on getting a stand. So cover these up in chocolate. I probably can add a whole bunch more. So I probably will. Do it like this. Trying to grab it like this. And there we go. Oh, that looks so good. And yes, come on. Come on.
Chocolate.
All that good chocolate. This is a dairy-free chocolate. Not sponsored. Gradelli makes a cherry-free chocolate, dairy-free chocolate.
I love to see the Wickershire Project cook.
So here we
I
go.
like to see that for some reason.
You know, you're tempted to lick the spoon. But I can't lick my fingers because it's not hot on my fingers. That's so good. All right, so we've got that thing there, and I'm just going to throw some more on top. So it will just, oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, yeah. The
That's
more the
really
better.
fun, Jeannie.
You know?
Chocolate.
We got some all kinds.
Yeah,
One
it's
here.
great, Lisa. Yummy.
Hazelnut.
Yes, I got Idaho Garden Girl.
And there we go. Then we just let it cool. And woo! Let that cool and harden. And we'll have some good chocolate stuff.
Whoop.
So here is the results. Chocolate covered pretzels, single ones. Then I made a chocolate bar. You just break it up and you have little chocolate chunks. The other chocolate ones will drizzle on, and Anastasia ate it already. And then here are our peanuts. Covered peanuts, and then more on top. Get that one in there. And my dessert.
Now, our treasured home. And go see the rest of what she's making. So I just wanted to make sure I showed her channel so you guys could check her out, which is awesome. Idaho Garden Girl, you want some brandy, Fred? Look, a 10-ounce purple beefsteak, which is an intermediate dwarf. So these grow about 4 feet. So consider the dwarf 4 feet. Hey, it works out. 3-4 feet. Perfect. Perfect. So, and this is from Bunny Hop too. I love Bunny Hop seeds. So congratulations, Idaho Garden Girl. So we have one more channel review today in the next 10 minutes, and that's Melanie Titus. You know what? Let's do that right now, because then we could just finish with prizes and call it a night, because it's almost 9 o'clock. So I reached 89 people in the chat today. Thank you guys for everybody for coming and for the donations that everybody gave me today. And become a member, guys. Become a member. It starts at 99 cents. And it goes on. More chances on a wheel for anything higher than Jelly Bean Club and higher. And for those that know about what the Jelly Bean Club is, it was, oh, somebody just gave me a nice donation. Thank you so much. Wow, I didn't expect that. The Jelly Bean Club is after my son, and because he used to give me jelly beans. And so we called our first membership the Jelly Bean Club because Joey came down here all the time. And he became a member of the Honor Society that was on the letter. But his academics, he has like a 98 average in grades. And he tries to be perfectionist in it. So it's pretty awesome. So proud of Joey. You know, when you come cancer as a kid and do what he's doing in school, I got a good boy in my hand. Okay, so let's go over to Melanie, then let's go over everything else. And so this is Melanie Titus, which is Lithalia's little hook. It took me about 4 months to understand what her name even was. Okay, so I just want to show you her channel. So this is Lithalia's little hook with Melanie. There's Melanie. Let's full screen this out. What does Melanie have to say?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and
Mortal
Dragons.
Kombat. Any of those. Take your pick. I am, of course, a Mortal Kombat generation kid. But I never learned how to do the tricks. I was just the speed demon on the buttons. And I did end up winning that way. My friends hated it.
Joey's 13 years old now.
Anyway.
He's 7th grade.
And there's Ruby barking in the background. And Ziva is washing the door. Anyway, we are here for some whips. Not many, just a few. I also have.
He's so drunk giving jelly beans. I think he'll be down sometime.
Lay down.
Thank you, Jesse and Lisa. Thank you, Jesse.
I'm kind of today. I mean, I'm doing.
Look at the doggy.
Really. You make them think you're such a sweet little girl. She's a beast. Anyway, I'm just console her with a hand on her head. Having some chest pain.
That's right, Adventures with Outdoor Eagle.
We're not here to complain. We're here to show whips. Whips and chains. No.
Look at the doggy.
Yeah. What?
Please give me a kiss. Aww.
What? Yeah. Anywho, she's laying
Hugs the Melanie.
on my whip bags.
It's all right, Jeannie.
So in this bag, have I shown you this bag? Got it from Happily Hooked.
Thank you,
Not this Christmas, but the Christmas before. They were having a really good sale on their for like VIP lifetime membership. If you don't know, Happily Hooked is a digital magazine for crochet, and they put out. It used to be 2 magazines per month. They'd put out the Happily Hooked magazine, and then like on the 1st of the month, and on the 15th of the month, they put out the Pattern Pack Pro, which no big difference.
Okay, guys, so that's Melanie. Talia's little hook. I'm still laughing. I couldn't pronounce that for the longest time. That's hilarious. So yeah, Joey, give you guys a little update on Joey too. Some of his levels came up a little elevated. But we're going to see if we can manage some things and see if we could do it that way. But some of his levels got increased a little bit. But it's always been a journey where things go up and down, up and down. It just gets a little crazy. For something like his uric acid levels are like 7.9. And anybody who has uric acid levels knows about gout. You guys know about gout. You're not moving off the couch. Well, it means something's going on in his body with those kind of high levels. So, yeah, you just got to hope, pray, and just keep on moving forward. Moving forward is the most important thing. So that's what's going on with Joe with his health. And like I said, his grades are off the chart. So I don't think I ever scored a grade that high. And yeah, that's his average. So that's man, I would love to be that smart. Anyway, so let's get back to it. We're going to end a night soon, so we're going to give a couple winners. So we got the Yarnet is back. Look at the Yarnet, guys. This is pretty awesome. Then we got the purple yarn. Where's Cindy? Where's Cindy? Where's Life in Yarn Tangled? Then we got the hot sauce. Death Mamba. Death to Mamba. And then we got seeds, and we'll call it a night. So I love that Andale's here. I love Dale. If anybody doesn't watch Andale here, you guys are missing out. Andale's amazing. And if you guys are still looking at the Alaska trip, Jesse's right in the chat right here. So chat with Jesse, find out more about the Cruise in Alaska 25. I will be on that trip. And that's going to be like our little second honeymoon kind of thing. So there's Cindy. There she is. Cindy, I got this specifically for you to win today. Because I seen purple. I go, Cindy. I think of, it's funny. When I think of blue, I think of Lisa at Lady Bird Loves. When I think of purple, I think of Cindy at Life in Yarn Tangled. It's crazy how colors just work. Okay. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what's going to happen. And thank you guys for being here. Okay, there we go. The Enoch Graham, the wheel. Okay, yarn it. I love this. Oh, that's great. I love the crochet. I think of you, Basil. So congratulations to Helen Ford. You won a Yarnet. Let us know, Helen Ford, if you want the Yarnet. I love that song. Yeah, it's funny. When I see Tank, which is I love to crochet, I think of basil seeds. I should be thinking of yarn, right? I think of basil seeds. Because that's the only thing she wins on his channel is basil, and it's a health benefit for her too. So make sure you guys email me too. So we are looking for Helen Ford. You want to yarn it. Okay, purple yarn. Let's see who's gonna win now. Let's see who's gonna win. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? I wish I could really expand it. Expand. F.R. Humphrey. So congratulations to F.R. Humphrey. You won the purple yarn, which is a beautiful, beautiful yarn. Nice and soft. So soft, so soft. Congratulations to F.R. Humphrey. Okay, who's going to win the hot sauce? Hot sauce it is. Let's go. Voodoo Prince. That's Mamba. Jane Doe. So Jane Doe, I know you're in the chat. Do you want the hot sauce? Do you want to give it to someone else, or do you want seeds? Let us know, Jane Doe, in the chat. Congratulations to Jane Doe. Okay, seeds. Looking for Jane Doe. This is for seeds now. Chuck. Well, Chuck's not Chuck, but congratulations, because Chuck changed his name. But I still left him on a wheel when he's originally as a member. So congratulations. You won seeds. Okay. Let us know what kind of seeds you want. Hey, congratulations to Jane. Get over here. I got you, Jane. I got you, Jane. Seeds. Mrs. Lazy Days again ahead. You know, Jesse never wins. It's always Lisa. So congratulations to Lazy Days ahead with Jesse and Lisa. Let us know what kind of seeds do you want. And Helen Ford seeds. Okay. Where was I? Helen Ford. So the Yarnet is back. Let me get out of here for a second. Okay, surprise for Jesse and Lisa. Whoop, I just messed that up. So for Helen Ford, this is what you want. You want Mammy's brown tomato. So congratulations to Helen Ford. Now we got Jesse and Lisa. Let's see what we can get. Jesse and Lisa, you won the bushy cucumber. The bushy. So there's the bushy cucumber. Bushy. So congratulations to, Lisa. Lisa Days ahead for winning seeds. And let me see, did I miss anybody? Let me just go see the chat quick. Hey, there's the Little Southern Brothers. Welcome in. Welcome in. Good to see you. Okay, I didn't see anybody else there. Okay. So the Yarnet's back, and let me see. Hold on. And I didn't see F.R. Humphrey. Okay. All right, so that's taken care of. Okay, seeds. Let's go 3 winners of the rest of the night. Everything else will go back to next week. We got a great interview set for next week with Wisconsin Gardener. They have a podcast and everything. So looking forward to that. Long time channel on the internet, on YouTube, podcasts all over the place. Anytime you're getting advertisements when you have commercials, you know you really made it. Alicia's here. Alicia, I'll take it. Okay. F&P Farms. Congratulations, F&P Farms. You won yourself some seeds. F.R. Humphrey, you just made it. You won some beautiful purple yarn. So congratulations to, that's purple, guys. Congratulations to F.R. Humphrey. Oh, F.R. Humphrey. Well, 1 second. I think she said take it, right? I'll take it, yeah. Okay, let me put that like that. I'm going to put the yarn up for next week. And we're going to continue with seeds. So congratulations to F.R. Humphrey. And we're looking for F&P Farms. Let's do 2 more things as seeds. Then you got, we got some more lives going on tonight. Bacon Leg, Let's Dig It usually is live right about after I'm done with this. She waits till I'm done, actually. Okay, let's do 2 more winners. Let's see where it goes. Make sure you guys email me at gardenstategarden@yahoo.com. We're back over. And one last spin before I end the chat. Congratulations to Robot Gopher. Seeds. Zombie Mom Andrea. So we're looking for Zombie Mom Andrea. So another successful Sunday Funday. Still around 80 people in the chat, 79. Thank you guys for all your support. It really means the world to me. I still got to do a Sunday video for seeds, right? So I'm going to do a Sunday, and it's going to also be Monday. So it'll be 2 days of seeds. So I'm going to do that right after this chat. So be on the outlook for that. And so we're looking for Robot Gopher and Zombie Mom Andrea. Anybody see him in the chat? Zombie Mom Andrea is usually here, so she might have left. I don't know. But congratulations to our last 2 winners. Hopefully you guys enjoy the prizes. Hopefully you guys learn a lot in my channel. And hopefully you guys keep on subscribing to some of the chat, everybody here. I try to do videos of people. I try to do things very different. I see everybody trying to copy each other all the time. I try to do things that there's Zombie Mom Andrea. Let us know what kind of siege that you want. I try to do things very different from everybody. And it kind of works. So I try to do the best I can with that. And if you ever guys have new ideas, let me know. Also, this is very important. If there's something huge going on your channel, I don't mind if I have you on my Sunday Funday and put you for a couple minutes talking about something quick and taking you off. But it has to be very important. Very important. It cannot just be something so bland. I don't know which way I'd put it. It could be big to you at the time, but it has to be something very, very important. And I think that's pretty cool. Hot peppers. Zombie Mom Andrea, Trinidad sweet hot pepper. Trinidad sweet hot pepper. Let me put that there. Now the big prizes that everybody won 2 weeks ago, they are all packaged up. They're in my car. You just have to go to the mail office. Those will be out. All the other mailings are already out. And hopefully you guys from the Jelly Bean Club got their membership gifts because everything's kind of like 1 month after the other. And hope you guys enjoy those seeds from Ukraine. I think that was pretty cool seeds. And if you guys said, if you guys could have a chance to watch my last couple of videos, please leave a comment, share, subscribe, everything. I don't know, whatever. Okay, you guys had enough of me. Go check out Big Lake Let's Dig It and Wide Family Farm tonight. And I'm going to get these packaged up. Then I got to do a thing of seeds. And I got to make a video about that too. So, one second, what's this? Joe, I would love to share community garden efforts and how to engage your children, community, and schools. And that's so important to what I'm trying to do. Because kids are our future about food. Or do you want everything modified? I don't want everything modified, do you? Because that's what the schools, a lot of people are starting to teach. All right. Good night, all. Love you guys. And thank you for all your support and all you do. And email me, guys. Winners, email me. All right. Take care, guys.